Welcome back to episode 14 of On the Wild. I'm Riley Keenan, once again here with my partner in crime, Anush Basker.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL draft was last night.
We
started 3 for 3. We were feeling nice.
We nailed the first three picks.
And then
it just went downhill from there.
My gosh. In all fairness, it was tough. Like, you didn't know who anybody was going to draft after 4. Because it really depended on that Lance pick.
Yeah, so we got Lawrence, Wilson and Lance.
Yeah.
Lance was a good pick on your part because it was Wilson. Mac Jones up until the day before, I would assume. And then the fourth pick, that was more personal preference than it was what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
I thought Atlanta was going to take Pitts. It just made the most sense.
Right.
They think that Matt Ryan has 2 or 3 years left. I would have taken the quarterback.
Yeah. I think Pitts is the best player in the draft.
So do I.
We both said that last week, but I think Fields would have been the right move too, because Ryan's going to be 37 at the start of next season. I mean, I don't know if he's going to have a Brady type career where he can play till he's 40 something. But
he's still good. He's just not.
Yeah,
I mean, he's good. Like, he's from, like, if I were to rank him amongst every other quarterback, I would rank him like 10 to 12.
Yeah.
So he's still pretty good. It's just, I think you need to set yourself up for the next 10 years.
The thing I was thinking, like, when are they going to get this high of a pick again? Like, they're going to be much better next year. I think they're going to be playoff contention.
With that offense, they better be.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they should be a top, maybe even 4 seed, but I think they'll be pushing it.
No, Tampa Bay's got the division on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They literally signed everybody back. Yeah. It's crazy how they were able to do that.
So I think wild card is their peak.
Yeah. But it's definitely possible. I think it should happen. Like, I like the Falcons a lot.
Yeah. They did the win now move, even though I don't think they're going to win now. But with that, you can't trade Julio Jones now.
No.
You can't.
No, you can't.
Because if you just trade Julio Jones, then you're just contradicting yourself.
Yeah. And he's your franchise player. Like,
he's the best player in your team's history.
Yeah.
You can't trade that.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Yeah. Fields, I think, would have been the right move because you don't know when you're going to get this high of a pick again. He is a debatable. People were talking about he was going to be number 1 earlier. Obviously, Lawrence seems like the right pick. But
yeah, definitely. In high school, they went back and forth. And when they played each other in college, you could argue that Fields played better. Obviously, when they played Clemson, he threw 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The last time they played, the first game, he was a bit iffy in the playoff prior, the year before. But when they played each other, you could say that Fields played better.
Yeah. I like Fields going to Chicago, though. I feel like that's going to be a really good situation for him. They're already a good team. They got a great defense. A lot of the picks were really weird. I don't know about you, but J.C. Horn at 8, I was baffled because I thought Patrick Surtain was the best cornerback in the draft.
So did I. Surtain, I think he's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Denver's secondary is
unreal.
Maybe the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
They just got Fuller from who cut him?
Chicago?
Chicago cut him.
Yeah.
They just got him. They have Surtain now, obviously. Justin Simmons, he's one of the best safeties in the NFL. They were really good in the secondary. If I were them, though, I would have taken Fields.
Yeah,
too.
I would have taken Fields or maybe even Parsons because they did have linebackers. Well, that's the person I picked them to take. But I felt so bad for Cowboys fans because they all wanted Surtain. But Parsons is a nice pickup, and now they might have one of the best linebacker cores in the league now.
Yeah, they just got Dan Quinn as their defensive coordinator. He runs a 4. Hey, I don't like the hiring. I'm going to be honest, because he was the defensive coordinator in Seattle.
Yeah.
But when you have Cliff Averill, Michael Bennett, Bobby Wagner, and KJ Wright,
it's not too hard.
Boom. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's really not. And then in Atlanta, he's had like the worst defense in the last 4 or 5 years.
Their secondary has been brutal.
What I was going to say is he runs a lot of 4-2-5. So basically 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5
secondary.
5 in the secondary. So now they have 3 linebackers. So are they going to play Parsons on the edge? Or are they going to...
I guess so.
He can.
He's quick.
Capable. He's definitely capable of it, but...
Yeah, it's interesting.
He reminds me of Devin White. Michael Parsons.
Yeah. Oh my God, imagine if he could be Devin White for them. I mean, the Cowboys are dangerous, man.
Yeah. They just need... Their defense needs to be mid.
Yeah, they need to...
And they'll be fine.
This draft is super important for the Cowboys.
They picked up an extra 3rd-round pick from Philadelphia because they traded back with them. So
that was good.
Get some defensive help.
I don't know, man. Like, Jamar Chase at 5...
That was a bad pick.
I think they just should have gone with Sewell. They needed to address that.
But the thing is, we're filming this on the Friday, so the 2nd and 3rd rounds are tonight. and then 4 to 7 is tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of good players left.
Dude, Owusu's still available. I thought the Browns were going to take him initially.
That's who I would have taken if I was the Browns. Atlanta has the 3rd pick tonight, so they have a lot of players to choose from, whether it's Azeez Olajari, I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
Owusu Karamoa, Asante Samuel Jr., Trayvon Merrick, the safety.
Tevin Jenkins.
Taven Jenkins. I was going to say that for Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
If they can take him. He's a tackle. He was projected to go in the 1st round. A lot of good players left.
Yeah. I was pissed at the draft. Like, the Browns took Newsome at 26. He's a good cornerback. Mm-hmm. But my problem was that's not what they needed. I really wanted Bateman. I really wanted Rashad Bateman because I had been watching his highlights for the last 4 months, and I think this guy's crazy. I think he could be the best wide receiver in the class. It's a super hot take, but we'll see. But the worst thing was they didn't take him, whatever. He goes the very next pick, and he goes to Baltimore. Are you kidding me? I'm pissed. Now him and Lamar are going to be together. I think it's going to be a nice situation for them.
I would have taken Terrence Marshall from LSU.
He's big.
Yeah, he's 6'2". I would only take him because of what Justin Jefferson did last year.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing that because I'm always one that's saying like you shouldn't base a prospect based off of the past.
Yeah.
But just looking at what Justin Jefferson did last year.
And he's going to have a chip on his shoulder because he's going to be seeing what Justin did last year and go, I want to do that.
Yeah. They were all in the same room, and when they were at LSU, obviously Jamar Chase was the best one.
Yeah.
But everybody else was kind of in the same sort of realm of talent.
Yeah.
So I think Terrence Marshall is going to be a sleeper pick in the 2nd round.
For sure. He'll go pretty high, I'm sure.
I assume he'll be one of the next receivers taken.
Yeah.
Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
Ole Miss. But.
Man, it was Chase that just walked out of the room and dapped up. Oh, no, that was Waddle. Waddle walks straight out of the room, daps up Devontae Smith, and walks in. Obviously, they get a call beforehand, and I'm sure they're celebrating a bit. But when you get the draft, when you get called, the audience doesn't know that you just hug your family. You got to hug your family. You got to dap up everybody. It just looked bad on his part. Not a good intro.
Funny. You texted, he was like, why didn't you just dap up his
I know.
But he dapped up his teammate.
I know. He literally looked at them kind of almost as if he was mad.
Unless he just forgot.
It was the heat of the moment. He was so excited, and he's like, all right, I got to dap up my teammate. And then another one, it was it Smith? I think Smith was walking down the aisle, and Mac Jones walked around the corner to be like, yo, because teammates, he wanted to dap him up, and Smith kind of just looked at him and kept walking, and Mac Jones was like, whatever. I felt so bad for him in that moment. But Mac Jones has got to be fired up playing for the Patriots. What better of a situation?
Yeah.
In terms of coaching, you're getting the best help you can get.
There's a lot of pressure on him because a lot of people compared him to Brady.
Which is so unfair. You can't do that. You can't.
To me, he's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Didn't they compare Jordan Love to Patrick Mahomes?
What? Zach Wilson to Patrick Mahomes.
That's just unethical. They
compared Zach Wilson. It's unethical. They compared Zach Wilson to Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. Just based off of the way he throws the ball, his quick release, and the way he can throw off platform.
That literally just sets up guys for failure because he could be good and they'll still be like, oh yeah, he's a bust. It's no, you put way too high expectations on the kid.
Yeah.
Watching Zach Wilson, he looked so uncomfortable in that picture with the 4 guys around him. I saw it on TikTok. It was where's the guy from BYU?
I seen somebody say that he looked like a 14-year-old.
He kind of does.
He does. He really does.
Bro, they said he averaged 15 in high school, and he was playing on a good in basketball. So this kid's an athlete.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I heard he was a basketball player.
Yeah.
But we'll see how he does with the Jets. The Jets just need it. They traded up to get Vera Tucker.
Yeah, they got the
USC, so they got some offensive line help. They can get a running back. They can maybe get a running back tonight.
Yeah.
Depending on. Obviously, we're gonna know by the time this is out, but
yeah, dude, the Giants though, I feel like they missed a big opportunity with Fields.
I would have taken Fields.
Yeah,
because Daniel Jones, I think I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to surround him with talent, so they can see what he is.
Yeah, but it's at this point, obviously he can run a bit, but he just hasn't shown that he can be consistent or that he can make a big impact.
I watched a few Giants games here and there last year. The only game that he played good in was against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And this is when Tampa Bay was still figuring it out.
Yeah, they didn't have the greatest defense at that point.
They had a terrible defense at that point. I think it was week 8.
Mm-hmm. One of the biggest trades, though, the Eagles getting Smith, that was huge for them because they addressed a problem that they've had for so many years, it feels like, since Alshon Jeffrey was gone.
Yeah. I think, Smith's a good pick. I think people overlooked him a lot. I think he should have been.
The size comments are just come on. Look at Tyreek Hill.
He's 170. Tyreek Hill is like compact.
Yeah.
So he's like
jacked too.
He looks bigger than he actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Smith is obviously like leaner. He's lanky.
But he's gonna be even quicker. Like he's just like
the
guy's gonna be a pit bull.
He's really fast.
Yeah.
People because he's a long strider, so you don't realize how fast he is. Julio Jones is the same way.
Yeah.
He has such long strides that you don't realize how fast he actually is until you actually like time him.
Yeah, and to say he's not as good as Chase or Waddle is fair, but to have him win the Heisman, it's like, what does that say about him?
Yeah,
the kid can ball.
He must be pretty good.
The kid can play.
He caught 24 touchdowns. He must be pretty good.
Yeah. Like without Waddle too, like having Waddle in the lineup makes him a bit more dangerous because they're going to be looking at him a lot more. And then without Waddle, he won the Heisman. So it's like this kid is nuts. I think I liked him at 10.
You look at the competition he's playing, specifically LSU. He caught 3 touchdowns against 3 or 4 touchdowns against them. They have the best corner in the country.
Yeah,
Derek Stingley. He's not coming out till next year, I don't think. He's the best corner in the country. Cooked them for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Another pick I really liked was Steelers taking Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Because that filled a big need. And, I mean, they haven't had a good... I mean, James Conner was okay. He's not the fastest guy.
He's decent,
But they haven't really had a special running back since Le'Veon Bell left.
Yeah. Najee Harris can do everything.
Yeah.
He can catch out of the backfield. He had 5 touchdowns in the SEC championship game against Florida.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that running backs went in the first round.
Yeah, I thought... Going into it, I thought the Steelers were going to be the only team taking one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe because I was late first round. So
yeah.
Maybe Harris would go, but the Etienne pick kind of surprised me.
That made no sense to me. James Robinson, I think, is going to be a star. I thought he was already really good last year, and he's going to improve. He was a rookie last year, right?
Undrafted rookie.
Yeah, like the guy played well, and then getting Etienne, I get like he played with Lawrence, so maybe the tie's there, but I don't think that's really that important. And then I feel like he kind of just wasted a pick.
I think it was a Lawrence influence, just because they were teammates.
Yeah,
and they're creating a two-headed thing in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it
Robinson
work with
and Etienne.
Yeah, we've seen it work with the Saints, the Browns.
Falcons,
the Falcons.
A few years back.
The 49ers with a bunch of those. Like, they had like 3 guys.
Yeah,
maybe like teams are just starting to do that now and realizing that it could be huge. Because Robinson he's been a dual threat. Like, he can receive too quite a bit. Or would you say Etienne's more of that kind of guy?
Etienne can do everything. He can catch out of the backfield.
They'll probably So I'm thinking like in terms of the Browns, they'll use Etienne as like a Kareem Hunt, whereas
they'll use him like the Saints use Kamara. I think.
Yeah. You think they'll use Etienne more though?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Robinson will be more like the Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
And then Etienne will be more like the Kamara. Use him out of the backfield, but still give him a lot of touches.
And if it doesn't work, then they got a trade piece that they can move. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sure a lot of teams would want. I mean, I'd want James Robinson if I was a team struggling.
And they have the first pick tonight, so they still have when the pick came up, I thought they were going to take Merrick, the safety out of TCU, but he's still available now, so they can still get him. So
I wonder is that who you want at 3?
Yeah, I want Atlanta to get either Merrick, Owusu, Karamoa, or Aziz Ojulari. One of those 3.
I want Barmore, the defensive tackle from Alabama, but I don't think he's going to be available.
Probably not. Because
they have to pick after. They have like the 27th pick after the Chiefs. I don't know how that happened, but
after the Chiefs. Oh, because Baltimore.
Oh yeah, they traded the offensive lineman.
Yeah,
right.
So they kind of just swapped.
Yeah, true.
But moving on to another player who kind of stole the show yesterday in terms of news. The MVP of the league.
The baddest man on the planet.
Aaron Rodgers. He wants out.
That was crazy hearing that news. Because it's just like, with Brady, it was shocking, but you kind of expected it. Rodgers, it just kind of...
I felt like I kind of saw it coming just based off of what he said after they lost to Tampa.
Yeah.
The beautiful mystery thing.
Yeah.
And then I saw a couple weeks ago, I made nothing out of it at the time, but when he hosted Jeopardy, I read something saying that he may use that as leverage to get out of Green Bay.
Really?
And when I read it, I was like, nah, he's staying. And then now it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, a lot of the things that are coming up are kind of warranted for him to want to leave. But the one thing is that where he's choosing to go. He gave 3 options, or at least we've heard about 3 options, was the 49ers, the Raiders, and the Broncos.
The Niners are out. They're not.
Yeah, which one thing is the Niners, if I'm Rodgers, that's the one team I want to go to 100%. Mm-hmm. But they already, I think they offered them the 3rd pick, but that definitely wouldn't be enough.
Green Bay said no.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take the 3rd pick for Rodgers. That's not enough. I think you have to give him more than that.
Well, if you know he's not coming back, then
Yeah, then you kind of have to do something.
That would have blown up the draft, because then what do you do at 3? Do you take Kyle Pitts, or do you trade back with another team and they come up and get Lance or whoever they want?
See, I'd say you take Kyle Pitts, but then it's like, because you're not in the now, because if you're playing with Jordan Love, he's not going to be.
Well, I would assume it would be Jordan Love. Yeah. Based off of, they traded up for him last year, so I'm assuming he's the next guy.
That's weird, because like, I guess they would take Pitts. But, oh man, I'm blanking on the name. Troyden? What was the tight end on Green Bay? Tunyon. He was gross this year. He was a snub for the Pro Bowl.
Hayden Hurst is also really good.
Yeah, true.
Pitts is just a generational talent that you can't really pass up.
Yeah, in that kind of situation, you kind of just take the best player available. Mm-hmm. That's what I've always thought in like basketball.
You have Pitts and Devontae Adams, and you're unstoppable.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been Aaron Rodgers' dream.
Yeah, but
just draft him a receiver. Like, they didn't even, like, all of this, that he wants out, and then you go ahead and draft a corner.
Yeah. I didn't get that. It's like you're just...
Stokes may be good. Yeah, Kevin King sucks, but draft him a receiver.
Yeah.
That's literally one of... I'm sure that's one of his gripes with them.
100%.
Because the last 10 drafts, they drafted 9 defensive players in the first round and 1 quarterback.
Yeah, and not too many of them worked out.
Obviously, their defense is not good.
Yeah. I don't get, though, like, wanting to go to the Broncos. Or even the Raiders, really. Because the Raiders are a team to me that it's just like they're going 8-8 every year.
I don't understand the Raiders because they don't know how to draft. They drafted Leatherwood last night.
Yeah.
Literally could have gotten him in the second round. If I were them, I would have taken a defensive player because their defense was not good last year, whether it be a corner, a safety, or Owusu Karamo. I feel like they could have used him. But they went ahead and took Alex Leatherwood, who... second-round pick.
Yeah.
They could have got him in the second round. But if I was him, I wouldn't want to go to the Raiders. Denver, I kind of understand just because of the weapons that they have. They have Sutton coming back. Tim Patrick, he didn't drop a pass last year. Mm-hmm. He's pretty good. They have another guy. I forget his name. I think it's Deshaun Hamilton. I don't know if that's the person I'm thinking about, but I'm pretty sure that's his name. And then you have Noah Fant at tight end.
Noah Fant's nice.
Garrett Bowles, one of the best tackles in the NFL. He really turned it around. He was a bust at first. And then you have Melvin Gordon.
Yeah. Is Lindsay still there?
Melvin Gordon. No, he went to Houston.
Right. Yeah, I don't really understand those 3 picks. And then he's not going to go to, like, New England because that would just be weird.
Not anymore.
No, yeah, not anymore.
They got Mac Jones.
But, yeah, prior to the draft. Even now, like, I don't know where he would go.
There's nowhere. You can't. Maybe New York?
Yeah.
If New York is willing to.
The Giants, yeah.
Because they just got picks from Chicago, so maybe they package everything and trade it for Rodgers.
Literally everything. I mean, I'd do it. I mean, they have a good defense.
If you know he's not coming back, you have to trade him. You can't be stubborn.
Yeah, you can't do. I mean,
that's what I don't understand with GMs. You know the player's not coming back. Let him get something for him while you still can.
It's exactly like Kyle Lowry, and we never actually talked about this because we never actually talked about it after the situation happened because we were always talking leading into it. It made no sense to me to keep Lowry.
It didn't. It makes no sense because you're getting rid of him in the offseason anyways.
And you could have had Tyrese Maxey. Or like Thibault. I don't know who you specifically got offered with. Or I heard about Duncan Robinson, Precious Achiuwa. They need a center. Get Achiuwa. Like, you're not getting anything for Lowry.
Well, Achiuwa's kind of like undersized.
Yeah, he's like a power forward-ish. But, I mean, the Raptors kind of play small ball now a bit. Well, not as much with Birch. Birch has been... I like Birch a lot. I think what I want the Raptors... Obviously, I don't know how I got to basketball really quick, but I want the Raptors to get Holmes in the offseason, play him like 28-30, and then you have Birch as the backup getting like 20 to 22. That'd be a perfect system for the Raptors. Mm-hmm. But back to Aaron Rodgers. It's really weird.
It's more the GM. Like, if you know the player's not coming back, same thing with Deshaun Watson. Obviously, he's going through the legal stuff now. Mm-hmm. But even before that, you know he's not coming back. Get as much as you can for him while you still can because your value isn't going to go up. It's only going to go down.
Exactly. Like that Lance offer, or the third pick offer, was probably the best you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, people are talking about Watson for Rodgers. That's definitely not going to happen.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah.
But if I'm somebody like the Giants or Washington, maybe.
Washington, yeah, for sure.
Package some picks and...
Yeah, give them like whoever... I don't remember who they took at 19.
Jamin Davis. He's a linebacker out of Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh, they'd want to keep him, though.
He's not a bad pick. He's a pretty good player from what I've seen and read. But, yeah, if I was one of those teams, I'd package as much. I'd even package a receiver. Maybe, like, trade him. If I'm the Giants, maybe package Shepard because you just got Tony from in the draft. package maybe like Shepherd a first. You have Chicago's first too. Maybe package that as well next year.
Yeah.
Go get Aaron Rodgers.
Facts.
They're not going to do it. Green Bay's not going to do it, but I would if I was Green Bay because I know Rodgers isn't coming back and there's no indication that he's going to. Yeah. So you have to get rid of him while you can.
Facts.
You're not going to set yourself back. It just makes no sense to me. Yeah, it doesn't
make sense. Another thing that happened previously this week, obviously the draft was yesterday. On Sunday was the Oscars. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of controversy. And it was based, Anthony Hopkins wins Best Actor. A lot of people thought it should have been Chadwick. Here's what kind of started it is the fact that at the Oscars, you always do, the end of the show is Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Picture. So the best movie goes last. This year, they did Best Picture like 4th or 5th, which initially was like, I thought, wow, because a woman ended up winning. It was the first time a colored woman had ever won the award, which is incredible, and she deserved it. Nomadland was crazy. Frances McDormand, she's the GOAT female actor, in my opinion. Sorry, Meryl Streep. Frances McDormand. But I think that initially people thought that's why it was pushed to the front, because it was a girl winning. But then later on they realized, they're pushing Best Actor to last so it can be this incredible moment where Chadwick Boseman wins. It ends the show on a lighthearted note. But then he didn't win. And it went to Anthony Hopkins, which created so much controversy about you made the people like so excited about this, and then everything was just skewed and weird. The thing is, people are talking about Chadwick Boseman should have won. I don't think he should have. And I hate to say it, but I did watch Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. He was incredible. Viola Davis was incredible. She was nominated for Best Actress. But, I mean, that movie is never going to live on. No one's going to be watching that movie down the line. It was a good movie, but it's not something that really changes much. And it was kind of like a stationary movie. But Anthony Hopkins, man, is like a top 5 actor ever. And to say that he didn't deserve it is kind of rude to me. It wasn't a political thing. I don't think it was anything to do with that. It was just the fact that Anthony Hopkins is incredible. I haven't watched The Father, but I watched his scenes. So I watched the takes he was in. He's incredible. He plays a guy who's got dementia. He's insane.
See, I don't understand really the criteria because I'm not into the award shows and all that. But so if you're the best actor, does the movie have to be good too, or does it?
So you can literally for example, Heath Ledger. He won Best Supporting Actor. Dark Knight wasn't nominated for Best Picture. It should have been. It should have won. A lot of people say it should have. And the next year they made the Best Picture category bigger. Mm-hmm. But the movie doesn't have to be good. As long as the acting performance itself is really good, you can be nominated. And both the lead actors in that movie were nominated. The movie was not. And there was other movies like that too. But listen, Chadwick was incredible in that movie, but he wasn't the best actor of the year. So I think it's just a lot of the things that people are saying I think is a little unfair, because to me it makes sense. It's not about the moment. It's not about cherishing. It's about praising who was the best of the year. Mac Miller didn't win when he passed away, unfortunately. Cardi B won, which I still don't get. We were saying this before. It literally could have gone to anybody.
Yeah, but literally any album except that one.
Yeah, yeah. And it's and people are talking about Heath Ledger won when he died. He deserved to win. Everyone there knew.
Yeah. Yeah, he was insane in that movie.
People talk about that as the greatest acting performance ever. So to say it was a pity win is just disrespectful to me.
Yeah, my thing is just give it to the best person that year. I don't think what happens outside of the films should interfere with the decision of who wins.
For sure.
So to end off today's episode, we're going to be looking at our pet peeves. We went to our Instagram, as we do. If you're not following us, please do, at On The Wild Pod on Instagram and on TikTok. We're just going to start posting more on there as well. Yeah. But we asked for you guys to give us your pet peeves, and we got some pretty good ones, a lot that I agree with. So we're going to start off with the first one. This is more self-inflicted, but closing the music app by accident.
I hate that. I do that all the time, where you're trying to close all the apps because you got too many open, and then boom, music cuts the music, and you're you were vibing.
I wish there was a way to lock it.
Yeah,
lock it in.
That'd be cool.
You can't close it. But next one, we're going back to astrology. We talked about it a couple of episodes ago, but Geminis.
Geminis are their pet peeve?
Yeah.
Let me look up Gemini. I think my sister's a Gemini. That's June. Let me look. May 21st to June 22nd. If you're born in between those months, you're this person's pet peeve. I think Geminis are the ones that are Two-Face. They're really nice to at you at one point, and then just randomly they'll flip a switch and then they'll get mad. I mean, from personal, my sister, like I'll be in her room and we'll be like hanging out, watching TV or whatever, and then her like boyfriend will call her and she's like, "Get out!" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right," like holy.
That's funny. Next one, we actually have 2 people who said the exact same thing, but hypocrisy/hypocrites. Oh, I agree 100%. Wholeheartedly.
I just like,
even when it's like a small thing, like if you're having like an argument about a sport or whatever it may be, and somebody says one thing and then completely contradicts themselves.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you just.
What cheeses me too is when you'll be like in an argument with someone and you're like, it's getting heated or whatever, and then you find out that like you're right or like they're right, and say I'm right and you're wrong, right. And I say like, oh, like this is actually a thing. I just looked it up. This is the answer, and then they deny it, and they're like, I don't care, or they're like, yeah. And it's like, you were just yelling at me for 2 minutes, so clearly you care.
You care enough to lose your voice. Exactly. So you obviously do.
Yeah, and then when they say no, that's not true. It's like the internet literally just said it. It's like, I don't know how you could be.
I trust the internet more than I trust you.
Yeah.
Next one, when you can hear somebody chewing, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's not even like if you're chewing with your mouth open, it's annoying. Like, I don't know. For me, I was raised like from the get-go, chew with your mouth closed.
Yeah.
If you don't, it is what it is. But the people that chew with their mouth closed, like loud, it's like, how? How is it so loud? I don't get it.
Yeah, I know. Like, what are you doing in there? Babies crying on planes. I'm not too big on this one just because it's not the baby's fault.
On a plane, it's whatever, they got to travel. For me, though, on my dad's birthday, we went to Milestones, and there was 2 twin babies crying the entire time. Why are you bringing twin babies to Milestones?
That's my thing. Why are you bringing babies to restaurants?
Yeah, that's like where it's like, come on.
Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, and if you want a night out, leave the baby at home. Obviously, don't leave it on its own. Bring someone in like a babysitter, but have your night. Don't bring the kid. Like, I'm sorry, because it's like, oh yeah, like it's okay, like they're a mother, like they're helping them. Yeah, I get that, but you're ruining everybody else's dinner experience by bringing the kid, and it's just like, come on.
Yeah, yeah. I actually have a funny story with planes though, because I'm not exactly sure the story. I'd have to ask my parents, but there was one time I was on a plane when I was like 2 years old, and I wouldn't put on my seatbelt. So they had to like chase me around like the plane. Yeah.
That's jokes.
I would have to confirm it with my parents, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It's hilarious.
Bro, the Fight Club got me thinking about planes now, because there's like the thing, they like set you up for death on a plane. Like if it's crashing, they tell you to go into a position that'll literally just boom.
Really?
Yeah. So like if I'm ever in a plane crash, I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. I'll put on the mask, but I'm going to sit in some weird position, like maybe in a ball. That's the only way I'm surviving.
Yeah. Just like break your tailbone or something.
Because like at that point, you're going down. Might as well try.
Might as well try something.
Yeah, might as well try something to keep yourself alive.
But next one, when people are passive aggressive.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like they're like being nice to you, but they're like telling you.
They're sounding nice, but they're actually being rude, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is like the best way to put it. Yeah, it's just like, you're like, oh yeah, really, eh? It's like,
just be straight up.
Yeah, like I'd rather you just tell me how you feel than, twiddle around.
That's another thing. When people are like let's say you did something, like you're playing a sport and you ask your parents like, did I play well? Or you're asking your friends like, did I play well? And they're like, oh, you played good. When you actually played terrible, just be straight up with me. Just be straight up with me.
Facts. Yeah, like I'd just much rather you tell me exactly, because then I can know how to improve on it or whatever it is.
Or if we do something in class, like we do our like on-air stuff in sport media, and you're like, oh, how did I do? And they're like, oh, well, it was good.
Yeah. It's I'd rather you give me constructive criticism. Yeah. Like when they're like, when you do a performance and they're like, that was so good. That was great. One thing, and then they list like a bunch of things. So it wasn't great. It was bad. Just tell me. Or when they're
like, oh, you did really good, but I got a 76.
Yeah.
So obviously I didn't do good. So tell me what I did wrong so I can do better next time.
Yeah. Just like contradicting yourself is a huge pet peeve too. Yeah.
That's been the common theme. People who interrupt others when they're talking more than once.
I mean, we interrupt each other every episode, so it's kind of just natural, as long as it's not like obvious.
Yeah, and not like rude.
Yeah,
like if somebody's talking, and you cut them off and you start talking about a completely different thing, I hate that.
Yeah, I think of like Joe Rogan. He had Neil deGrasse Tyson on, the space expert or whatever, like the Galaxy. He like 6 different times he cut him off, and you could just see Joe Rogan being like, "I want to knock this guy out," like. it can get annoying to an extent if it's like you said.
Yeah. Next one, people going slow in the fast lane. There's also another one like this. People that drive and walk slow.
Yeah, driving. I have so many, but like, yeah. Why are you in the fast? Like, why are you in the left lane if you're not going 70? You know, like because like it's a 60, you can go 70, I think, and there's people that would be going like 50. Mm-hmm. Or one big one for me is when people go into the turning lane at a light, but they're not turning. Get in the other lane because the people are trying to make a turn. You're just blocking everybody.
Or my thing is when it's a green light and there's a car coming and they still turn left.
Yeah.
It's like, just wait. There's
Literally.
no one behind. It happened to me last night. No one's behind me. So just wait. I'm literally coming like 60 miles per hour, 60 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Just wait 2 seconds and you can go.
Yeah.
Instead, I have to brake.
The one that pisses me off the most is turn signals. First of all, if I'm like, say, like, you know that Fresco Plaza by the house, like, yeah. Say you're turning out the plaza and there's someone coming down the road. If they don't have their blinker on, you're anticipating them to go straight through. So you're like, okay, I'm going to wait for them to go, then I'm going to make my turn.
Right.
When they make the turn at the last second, they put on their turn signal, and I'm just sitting there like I could have turned 10 seconds ago. I hate that. It's just just
I get what you mean.
I get like you're controlling your own car, but you have to be understanding of the people around you are looking at you and basing their decisions off of you.
This may sound dumb, or not dumb, but or like rude. But when I'm driving, I'm assuming everybody around me is dumb.
Honestly, yeah. The amount of times like you're driving and there's like someone in your blind spot. It's like, how do you not realize you're in my blind spot?
I'm just assuming everybody's dumb, so I'm extra careful.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I do it. But that may sound rude, but I'm sorry. Like that's just how I think.
Yeah.
But those were like the ones that really popped out to me.
Yeah.
But what are your pet peeves of like ones that we didn't mention? I have a couple, but what are yours?
Kick us off. You kick us off. I want to hear yours.
I may make a lot of people mad with this one, and I think you know what's coming. When people say "we" when talking about like their favorite sports team,
as in like we got Rick Nash in this trade,
or like we won last night, 14-3, whatever.
Yeah.
You're not a part of the team. I'm sorry. Like you're part of the fan base. So when you're talking about like us as fans, you can be like, yeah, we want this person. Yeah. We want our team to draft this person. But when you're talking about them playing or what they're acquiring, just be like, oh, we got this person.
Yeah. You
can say we want them to draft this person, but don't say we got this person.
Yeah. I found myself saying that sometimes, and I'll just see you kind of being like, and I'm just like, oh, he hates that.
Yeah. I'm not. It's one of those things though that I'm not gonna call somebody out on it. Like if somebody says, "Oh, we did this," whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, "What'd you say?" I'm not gonna do that. I'm just severely cringing inside.
Yeah. One of the things I'm thinking about right now, because I just experienced it so much living in res, people having like full on conversations in the elevator that are like not appropriate, or like, why would you want other people to hear that? Like when I get in the elevator and I'm in the middle of a conversation, it's over. The conversation's over if there's other people in there. And as soon as we get out,
I remember that we'd be talking and somebody would come on and conversation done.
Yeah.
No matter what we're talking about.
The amount of times I was in an elevator with the guys at school and there'd just be like people standing in the middle and we'd all be like so uncomfortable that we'd start giggling. And then everybody in the elevator is just looking at us like, what are you guys doing?
Yo, remember, no one else is going to know this, but remember we were in the elevator and our friend Jack had just eaten like an orange or something. A couple people walk in, and us four are in there. Me, you, Jack, and another one of our friends. And the two people were like, why does it smell like oranges in here? All of us immediately started laughing. I was dying. It was one of the funniest things from first year.
Dude, one of the ones in the elevator, I just think about it. It's not like an elevator thing. It's just natural. But when people are listening to music in their earphones, and you can hear it,
yeah.
How loud is your music?
You know it's that loud. Yeah. Why do you need it to be that loud?
Literally. Like when I can hear the actual words of the artist, it's like you are blasting
I know what song you're listening to right now. Turn it down one time.
Legit.
Do you have another one? Or I have another one, but...
You go ahead. I'm blanking right now.
When people lack common sense.
That was one of mine.
That's probably my biggest one, because like it's called common sense for a reason. Yeah. You need to know.
Legit.
Like, it's not hard.
And it's like... It also, in terms, one of mine other ones was kind of works with common sense, where it's like, say I get home from work and I'm like, man, I had such a bad day. Like my boss was being so annoying, or like it was just so long. And then your friend goes, just quit. It's like, I know I can quit, but I don't. First of all, I need the job. I need the money. I know I can quit. You don't need to tell me that. Like stuff like that when people just try to
stating the obvious.
Yeah, it's like I didn't need you to tell me that. Like, yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. Another one I had is people who just start to work out. And I'm not talking about the people that have like fitness accounts. Like those are great. Like I get motivated from that kind of thing. I mean the people who like just started working out and that's all they talk about. Or that's all they like send you pictures of. I get like being excited about it and I'm hyped for you that you're getting, you're starting to get jacked and everything. But I don't want every single story to go back to working out or like asking questions about working out or asking what my PRs are. Like I don't care. I'm sorry. Like it's cool to talk about it a bit, but like all the time is kind of annoying. But another one, and I know you've been affected by this recently, spoilers. Like movie and TV show spoilers. When you literally tell someone, I'm watching this, and they tell you something that happens. It's like, why? I had the Prison Break finale spoiled to me. I was on the last season. And if you've seen Prison Break, you know how big of a deal this is.
It's crazy, because mine was on Prison Break, too.
Yeah.
I just started watching it, like, maybe a month ago, and I kind of stopped watching it.
Really?
Just because I've been doing other stuff, but, like, I told somebody, I just started watching. So then he says, so did you get to the part where he has a tumor? I'm like, bro, that's so far down. I watched like 3 episodes.
Yeah, that is literally like the 3rd or 4th season. And he's telling you you're on episode like 4.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like,
I just told you, I just started watching.
Yeah, like the people that went to like see Endgame. And the people that are sitting there like, oh, Tony Stark died.
Oh,
you are such an awful human being. Like, there are so many people that are looking forward to seeing that who have been getting hyped for so long. And to say that is just so mean.
Facts.
Like,
I wasn't that emotionally attached to it. So if somebody did that, I'd be like, okay.
I was like, all right.
Whatever. But I know somebody behind me is like, bro, what the hell?
Exactly. And one I think of is my dad when he was in college. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back came out.
That's crazy.
And it was like...
I can imagine how big that
was.
Like
huge. Like obviously if you've seen the movie, that's the biggest plot twist in history of movies. And they take an exam, so no one went and saw the movie because they had an exam the next day on the premiere, but one kid did. And apparently my dad said he was running through the halls going, Darth Vader's Luke's father. That kid needs to get beat up. Like that is so...
Did he?
I think so. I think he did. Yeah. It wasn't my dad, but it was like other people. Like
yeah, I'd assume somebody.
That's because that's serious. Like back then, that's like the biggest movie.
Because like we know, and like I've known like forever that like he's his father.
Yeah, I hadn't even seen the movies, and I knew.
But at the time, no one knew.
Huge.
So like
think of the biggest spoiler you know, and multiply by 10. That's what it was back then. Yeah, and to spoil that to everybody is just mean.
Yeah,
it's rude. Well, another one I had, which you'll agree with. Autocorrect.
Oh yeah, we get destroyed by autocorrect.
It's ridiculous. But like the thing is, you can't take it off either because once you take it off, you realize how bad you actually mess up all the time when you type.
I remember I tried that. I was like, all right, I'm turning it off. My first text completely messed up.
I tried.
Like, all right, I need this, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah, I tried so hard, but my fat Irish fingers don't work with it. And like, but with autocorrect on, man, like, dude, I gotta read this text. I sent this to my boss. Sounds good, I good, with good, to call either day. I sound like an idiot. I don't even remember what I was trying to say, but like, what? It cheeses me when you type an actual word and it autocorrects
to something else.
Yeah. And it's like, how many times do I have to type the letter U before it just lets me type the letter U? It always changes it to I. It's like, come on, let's have some progressiveness with the system.
For real, like sometimes it is. Sometimes it is progressive. It knows what you're like. And then you do something else and it completely changes it.
It's brutal.
Yeah. And like I need it, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm one of those people who I don't look at the text before I send it. So I just type send.
Yeah. I need to start doing that.
Depending on who I'm sending it to.
Yeah. If it's an email or like an important text.
Yeah. I'll obviously read it over like 4 times.
Yeah.
But when it's just like to you or to anybody, like any of my friends, I type and send.
Yeah.
I don't read it.
The amount of times we've had texts where you've said something, it's wrong, and then you try to repeat it and you still get it wrong, and then you do like 6 texts and you're like, oh.
I tried to type Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah. That was a struggle.
I wrote Shawarma Redemption and then I tried to correct it and it turned into Shaq Shanahan.
It's like, that's one of the most popular movies of all time. How is that not like an automatic?
Shaq Shanahan. So Kyle Shanahan. I've maybe typed Kyle Shanahan maybe like 4 times in my life. So just allow me.
Literally.
Just let me type Shawshank.
They need to like update it for like certain things. Like, how is you, like if you can say, oh my God, like OMG, you should be able to say you.
What makes me mad is when you write OMW or like on my way, and just autocorrects the on my
On
way,
the way exclamation mark. So frustrated because you just look like you're just like on my way. Like you look so excited. The last one I had, and this is just like only guys will know this, but when you're in the bathroom, you're at the urinal, and there's a bunch available, and someone comes right next to you.
Every other one.
All you have to do is if there's 5, you go far, middle. If there's 4, you take the far, or you take like far and that.
Yeah.
It's so simple. It's common sense, honestly. If you had the option to stand farther away from another man while he's using the bathroom, or stand really close to him, to me, it's common sense you stand farther away.
It's an unwritten rule, but it's common sense.
And if you don't know them, you don't talk to them. Don't ask me a question. Like, it's just weird.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Like, the only time you can do that, and my dad told me this, is if you see a celebrity. He was in the washroom, and he had Tom Cruise standing right next to him. At that point, you can talk, because you're like, I may never see this person.
At that point, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, Tom Cruise. But, yeah, in that situation, it's okay. But unless we're friends, don't talk to me. It's just awkward. It's just weird.
Facts. But yeah, I think
that's a good way to end off.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. You usually do the outros, honestly. You go ahead. Yeah, I'll let him take the reins here.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. We'll see y'all next week. Take it easy.
Stay wild.
Peace.